Follow up to the fellows who done stupid acts on April 27, 2024 after 2:50 p.m. Elite City time at DG Square Elitosat, in which result in VWGT episode getting axed in RDK TSRT Asylum cast on Vero and hackings into Elito Smart's television. They get extradited to Altronic City. As one television network in Altronic City gets shut down for showcasing nudity as it was simulcasting Elito Smart's television, as the Tronic Diamond Court sentences them to death, as they get executed yesterday evening last night Elite City time around 8 o'clock p.m. on April 30th, 2024, in which being midnight UTC May 1st, 2024, just 24 hours toward Happy New Month and Trimester Elito Epsilon EY1024 and 24 hours after Trex counterpart for Bravo Trexmester TX.Y24 and half month toward Neotrocant 1000.5, as I am excited for it toward mid-May 2024. This is I got the license plate cover during the gaming convention when Trex City Trexies visit Elite City to compete against Elite City Sentinels, as Trexer give me this, in which I bolted it to my car. As I Tronboard and also my elder brother Maverick are heading to the gamer bar in which the facility opened, next to Elito Charge electric vehicle charging station on Kanbordeean Street, in which just opened up today. In which was first opened up within Elite City Convention Center during last month's gaming convention.
Yes, Sean as I Maverick to be treating for dinner as it's nearing 5 o'clock p.m. as there's esports matches to occur at start of Epsilon month.
Well, I am concerned that I am running out of gas, as I am down to 20 kilometers on fuel range left. This as traffic is busy this evening, as I have to rush to the gas station as I have to fill up. As I normally fill up with regular unleaded gasoline, as I to use one alternate fuel, ethanol with 15% gasoline blend, as my crossover have flex fuel engine as it can run on 85 or so, as I do note. E85 prices has dropped to like 32 LEO cents per liter. The one at Kanbordeean Street, Kia variety is the closest, as I am arriving at the one just now. Also to head to the air station next, since one of the tires are quite low on air pressure, as I to fill it up to 280 kilopascals, as I do have my tire pressure gauge at hand. This as I to head indoors to get Z fuel and slushy as well, plus 6-pack of Elito Cola. Mark Zaniels, I must not forget to get something for you on your 30th birthday on May 3rd, 2024. Anyhow, what would you want from me or one of the family members from the Rossakers in my behalf?
You should have, Julian Rasoki art, as I would like the license plate cover for my car, the Raptor Mobile, like the one for your crossover, but for the hockey team Elite City Elitos.
Okay. I to get the one at Delta 6, in which I to head there next, then head to one other adjacent next to Elito Charge.
The esports gamer bar? ElitoGRBar?
Yes!
This is I Mark Zaniels, Mark Z Kryptor, also Corey Zanders, Corey Z Kryptor to be heading since Omega Costa is very busy. Yes Raptor, as I ferret to treat him for dinner tonight, as we just clocked out early as we to take day off tomorrow, Friday, and weekend due to Mark's special day. However, we have to take off our RDK uniforms and put on our other clothes. I had to reprogram the DVR for today, as I have learned, thanks to the incident yesterday, in which started with issues on Rascord regarding session start failing, but after 4 p.m., it gets fixed when the Trex-siren gets destroyed, blamed on stupidity, car ramming into yacht with bomb in car, and person who caused a mess at DG Square Elitosat and studios of VWGT and PKE. Thank God, New desk gets placed in at PKE at RDK HQ as new desk to be implemented next hour at VWGT Studios. And cleanup dealt with at DGS ELZ. However, the EWE had to cancel Wednesday night's EWE Smack Raw as per emergency measure due to incident at Wrestling Arena section, also Zen Dome at the time, in which being backup venue gets in use for soccer and Elito Dome and Rex Arena in use for hockey and basketball, as VWGT gets preempted due to soccer match for HFA Champions League semi-final, Bicycle Dynamo and Lasertown FC as per special request, as I do not want to DVR that. Otherwise would have Xylem cast Chronos thanks to damage to studio yesterday at VWGT Studios as Elite City Firestorm takes on Altronic City Ninjas since 2 p.m. as it ends in Firestorm win. However, such interruption similar to the one half a world away yesterday.
Yes, as the match yesterday gets postponed to today at 3 p.m. as that was Silimcast on Elito Sports 3 yesterday ended up broadcasting the encore of last weekend's Autosport race via Silimcast from Elito Speed. Blamed on bees as a bee colony swarmed the top of protective netting behind home plate. As it took over an hour for the beekeeper arrived and was scissor lifted to the swarm as he safely removed the bees and pumped fist to the cheering crowd. As the one at Zen Dome since 3 p.m. involved a flock of birds being Elito Trent Tit chickadee birds hovering above play arena prior to second half, in which it took like 10 minutes for Elito Wizard and Princess Omega to arrive to deal with the situation with his Elito wand. That is so bizarre. However, after a few moments, situation gets cleared as second half began shortly after.
Yes, Maverick, as the Firestorms win 7-3.
Yes, as I just got back from Zen Dome, there were cheers from the crowd with chants, "Get the off." However, refers to the birds and not to the other subject referring to breasts. However, the T word gets auto-censored by Elitotronics telemedia auto-censor system, but only mute the audio portion of the broadcast as they use the other chant, "Flock them off," when Elito Wizard uses his spell.
From Elito News 24 Deck Mill ElitoTronics Telemedia HQ in Elite City. Here as Ringo Silverstar. And here as Brittany Zaniels. This is 24 Elitopian hours on Elito News 24 Deck Mill.
I am Ringo Silverstar and this is Brittany Zaniels and welcome to 24EH.
We are broadcasting live at 24EH Studios at Elito News 24 Deck Mill News Center at ElitoTronics Telemedia HQ in Elite City, Elitopia.
We lead with the special HNM esports matches and countdowns soon, but we have a sports alert to pass to you off the top concerning football, or soccer. This is the Lasertown Football Club wins the Hanatalian Football Association Champions 2024 semifinals as they shut out Bicycle Dynamo in a 1-0 score after scoreless first half, as the goal was scored at the 89th minute at time of 24 Elitopian hours. Air start at 5:36 p.m. Elite City in 0 seconds. At top of Choi 90.
This is an RDK 3000 TriStar Today Flash Report. I am X Kryptor from Studio RDE. We have a sports alert to pass to you at 1738 RDK ELC concerning soccer or association football. Lasertown Football Club wins the Hanatalian Football Association Champions 2024 EY1024 TX.Y24 semifinals. Bravo! As they shut out Bicycle Dynamo in a 1-0 score after scoreless first half, as the goal was scored at the 89th minute at Trex C9. Within 10 Choi signal to Happy New Month and Trimester Epsilon Month and 2T of EY1024 at 1736 RDK ELC. 90.0 EMT and 2160 TRX and 900,000 Trokans precisely. They to advance to the finals to be held May 30th due to the Hanatolia Vision Song contest to take place in the next week at the next Biatricon. With third place match prior to it, we go live to RDK Newsline correspondent at the newsroom at RDK Webchesterian Bureau in Webchesterfield.
Welcome back to Trex 4 News 7 o'clock. I am Mark Starblocks. In gaming and esports, it to be the kickoff of the esports matches, being 8 of them in best of 5 in Tron Laurent. For those unsure on it, it's like Tronified version of Valorant. In the ELG Game Jam, Trex-GR, Juego Taco, TDESPA, Kanber ESP, SP Siege, 2024, Trex-GR TX.Y24, EY1024. Neotrocant 1000.4, TDE 2001, KB.P19, KB.SDY129 or 177, with one here in Trex City, being Trex City Trexies against the Trexers to compete at DG Trex, as the 7 matches outside of Trex land, as we mentioned 7 of the subjects and venues participating. It to occur straight at 8 here in Trex City at top of Trexie 0, Deck or 10, 10 o'clock or Deck o'clock sign and Deci.
Trexer.
Yes, Claw?
I heard the subject news presenter mentioned on the radio. We should head to DigiTrex right away.
Okay, however first Dance must note the 7 outside TRC.
Yes, as the matches and venues hosted as follows. Match 1, Elite City Sentinels, ELG-GJ, versus CloudX, TDSPA, Esports Arena Section DGSELZ Elite City, Federal District, Elitopia at start of Epsilon Month. Match 2, Alftronic City Sentinels, TDSPA, versus G64 Esports, ELG-GJ, at Digitron in Alftronic City, Capdale District, Alftronica at 0 Kiotrokans. Match 3, Xenopolis City Quartz, TDSPA, versus Sharkville Mayhem, ELG-GJ, at Digi Zenit Xenozot in Xenopolis City, Capital District, Xenopolia at 1900 XLC Match 4. Silver City Spark vs Optic Diamond in Silver City, Wiz Province, Corgitopia at 0500 SVC Match 5. Kaysar City Subliners taking on DantCity Gunkers at venue in Kaysar City, Kaysar Republic at 1600 KSR Match 6. Celebrities vs Gamers. Kanbordeean City Fusion vs Kanbordeean Celebrities at DigiCon 7 Kanborzot in Kanbordee City, Kan City, Kanbor Metro, Kanbordeean Federation Republic at 0500 KBTS Match 7. Taxican Manjaro Esports Tournament 2024 Kickoff. Tordita City Wagolos vs Optic Taco at Tordita City, Capsule District, Taxico at 1900 TAC.
This is the 8th one is much closer to home next door at DG Trex, as Trex City Trexies takes on the Trexers hosted by organization here in Trex City as the Trexers being the TrexFriends and Slackers as we have to go there now while there's still time. For some reason, there's a news van over there for Trex 4 News despite the broadcast station across the street, as I heard the correspondent my half-brother Mitchell's ElitoGRBar covering on it on the evening news. No wonder he starts to work at the media firm Trex Media just this week. This as the radio is still tuned to Breeze Radio 100/55 simulcasting Trex Vision 4's Trex 4 News at 7. Stefan, is Tron Laurent and Valorant have significant differences?
I must note Tron Laurent and Valorant is similar but Tron Laurent is more Tronified inspired to Tron Legacy.
I must note the video game in particular, and the related one, we ended up very good on the video game as I do note. It gets competed in esports on Terra also in the Altverse regarding the VLR including the Masters Alpha back on March 24th as Trexer streamed the Masters Alpha finals being Gen G and Sentinels. Ends up in a 3-2 win for the Sentinels after 5:11 in the afternoon. This triggers the Sentinels craze here in Terra. As DRBE and Elite City Kryptors merged to become Elite City Sentinels as Altronic City Shock gets renamed to Altronic City Sentinels as we watched how the two teams compete during the gaming convention last month competing in Tron Laurent.
Correct, Mickey Ionstar as we are very good in Tron Laurent, as with the other one, Valorant as we watched the action via the Trex's stream especially the Masters Alpha, and the Champions last year with music mashup. This is for you Robert B, Raymond I, Haruki and Ricardo and others. We must note that this to be first time competing against the professional esports players for Trex City Trexies, as some of us will end up with them in the next few weeks by Niatrocant 1000.5.
Yes, this is once Trex City Trexies compete against Elite City Sentinels, I to meet with Scott ElitoGRBar on match day, and have a chat prior to the match and once the match ends.
Yes, as I would assume the same with Rex T and Robert B plus Stephanie and Ricardo B.
Correct, as they are cousins, as they used to reside in Kryptor City then Costa Aero in prior few years.
Correct, Raymond Ian Blocks, this is I do have a present for him once we to compete against ESN Prehups sometime in May, oh my god. Brace for Trexer. He also Claw and Dance are entering DG Trex right now. Game on. Hello. Trexer here. Hope you are prepared to compete against Trex City Trexies, as the esports jerseys to be delivered here by Tracy's X Kryptor, Tracy's ElitoGRBar in the RDK Trex van, very soon for the Trexers.
Hey Trexer, you must have heard what Mitchell said in which brings you, Chris and Daniel here.
Actually, I Chris also Trexer and Daniel plus the crew at RDK 3000 TriStar Trex Blocks Unit Division Center Headquarters and Trex Operations of R8664 Studios learn of the subject earlier in the day after learning on event via Zeem's X Kryptor yesterday from Elite City at the RDK main HQ.
Daniel Zarakin.
Yes, Matthew?
I heard from the TrexFriends and the Slackers. There's rumored to be 7 more matches being held at the same time to occur at 8, is it really true?
Yes. There to be 1 in Kanbordee, 1 in Taxico, 5 across the Tronic Diamond Union, 1 in TDU1 and 4 others in TDU2, and 1 in Elite City. Elitopia to the south where 3 of the Slackers' cousins compete for Elite City Sentinel and 2 others in Starter 5, Mickey Daniels and Chris Trex Elito. For Match 1, they to take against Cloud Deck Esports at Digi Square ElitoGRBar. Match 2, Altronic City Sentinels, TDSPA, vs G64 Esports, ELG-GJ, at Digitron in Altronic City, Capital District, Alftronica at 0 Kiotrokans Match 3, Xenopolis City Quartz, TDSPA, vs Sharkville Mayhem, ELG-GJ, at Digi Zenit Xenozot in Xenopolis City, Capital District, Xenopolia at 1900 XLC Match 4, Silver City Spark vs Optic Diamond in Silver City, Wiz Province, Corgetopia at 0500 SVC Match 5. Kaysar City Subliners taking on DantCity Gunkers at venue in Kaysar City. Kaysar Republic at 1600 KSR Match 6. Celebrities vs Gamers. Kanbordeean City Fusion vs Kanbordeean Celebrities at DigiCon 7 Kanborzot and Kanbordeean City, Con City, Kanbor Metro, Kanbordeean Federation Republic at 0500 KBTS Match 7. Taxican Manjaro Esports Tournament 2024 Kickoff. Tordita City Wagolos vs Optic Taco at Tordita City, Capsule District, Taxico at 1900 TAC.
Yo. That sure surprises Bert, Kanbordeean immigrant to Trex land, on Kanbordeean City Fusion and the celebrities.
Yes, this is I must alert my colleagues at DGCan 7 Camberzat really soon. Especially if the Camber unions of KB784 are along the starter 5.
Got in touch with my friend Kan 2000 in Kanbordeean City who now works at RDK Kan. He telephoned Kanbordeean Kipeon, the Kanbor unions are among the starter 5. This is I do note the personnel who is covering for Trex 4 News at 7 as I plant photobombs and show my fame.
In fact, the correspondent Mitchell Zylastar is willing to interview you and your friend for a short while. I will let him know, you go stand beside Mitchell.
This is for you Robert B, you come with me.
This is the Trexland Esports Gamer Battle to occur in less than 35 minutes at 8 o'clock in the evening Trex City time, also time in Elite City up north at start of Epsilon EY1024 48 hours after Trex counterpart of Bravo Trexmaster TX.Y24. This is we have two of the fellows who came to me, as we to briefly interview the two fellows, Robert Blockcision and Robert Trexblocks. I am Mitchell Zylastar from Trex Vision 4 as we are on Trex 4 News at 7, Elito News 24 Deckmill and VWG2N. Now for you Robert T, how do you work with your fellows as a team to compete in esports?
I do not expect to be interviewed on TV, anyhow this is I and the TrexFriends and Slackers communicate on tactics as we do improve do matches and practice since 2023 and 2024 in various forms of esports including strategy, adventure, first-person shooter and sim racing as I am nervous on how to compete with professional esports team TCT as I to become part of it in the next few weeks.
I Robert B must add that I also my cousin Trax Rex from ESN are like equal level this is I to compete for Trex City Trexies starting mid-month with Haruki and Ricardo plus some of the Trex friends.
This is Robert B for the Trexers and his cousin Rex T for Elite City Sentinels to compete very hard with the respective.
I Trexer must join in but will be very brief. I would like to say that it'll gonna be a blast to get into the game and experience the kickoff of Happy New Month Elito of Epsilon EY1024 48 hours after the new Trexmester of Bravo Trexmester of TX.Y24 as I to do it again for event at 2000 tonight remotely this is I am hyped on both subjects.
This is Trexer said, he is hyped on the match here in Trex City in addition to HNM Elito Epsilon EY1024 in which he to remotely arm the system at the RDK Trex Tower next door. This is Trex City joins in with the 7 other matches to occur at 8 this evening, 00Z, including one in Kanbordeean and one in Taxico in which Ricardo Bloxton to monitor while being substitute for Team Trexers. I am Mitchell Zylastar, reporting from DG Trex and TRC as we hand off back to you.
That was Trex Vision 4 correspondent Mitchell from DG Trex from Trex City up north. This is the 3 important matches from Taxico, Kanbordeean, and Trex Land to occur at the top of the hour at 8 o'clock p.m. Elite City also Trex City, 0500 KBTS and 7 o'clock p.m. Tordita City. At the kickoff of Happy New Month Elito of Epsilon EY1024, as we are taking a programming break. I am Alex James, as Elito News 24 Deck Mill tonight will be right back on the 24-hour around-the-clock news, Elito News 24 Deck Mill but for VWG2N viewers, substitute host will cover after the break as the main hosts are en route to DGSELZ. Stay with Elito News 24 Deck Mill.
Welcome back to VWG2N. I am Max Trex-GR from Chronos, as the VWGT hosts since seconds ago, are now en route to esports arena section of DG2 ElitoSat, this as we showcased bias sister network coverage from ElitoNews24, DEC before we go to commercial break, on subject related to the 8th esports match at 8 o'clock PM Elite City time and Choi and Desi Newt 0 as we kick off Epsilon of ElitoGR EY1024 in the next half hour.
This is RDK 3000 TriStar today. I am Chris K. Kryptor.
And I am Marky Kryptor, broadcasting live and direct from RDK 3000 TriStar RDK Newsline News Center over at RDK 3000 TriStar Main HQ in Elite City, Federal District, Elitopia.
We are powered up always on all RDK networks, television, radio, streaming and more. The latest at this hour.
Konnichiwa. Welcome back to VWG2N. I am Scott ElitoGRBar, KENKA from Elite City Sentinels, as the substitute host is currently off cam as he vents on the subject in which has cleared after 20 seconds in which warranted unscheduled programming break. This as he said, the VWGT hosts en route DGSELZ as VWG2N showcased via sister network coverage on subject related to the esports matches at 8 o'clock PM ELC and Quad Zeros, to be 8 matches, this is 3 of them to be noted, 1 in Taxico, 1 in Trex City, Trex Land at DG Trex, and 3rd in Kanbordeean City, as it to occur at 7 PM Tortita City and 5 AM KBTS and 2:05 KBDT. The Kanber one being gamers and celebrities, the one in Trex, gamers versus the Trexers, and in Taxico, to be the Manjaro 2024 tournament kickoff. This is Tortita City Chuego Ola's take on Optic Taco, Kanbordeean City Fusion taking on against celebrities, and Trex City Treexies taking on the Trexers. Excuse me, lady, don't you even think about doing this on air, as I will do karate it.
But first we have to pass you an important programming alert off the top. We are starting this RDK-TSRT newscast earlier than expected and cut out of VWGT Silimcast due to Code Sigma protocols.
This on the triple LFs on the duodec countdown to HNM Epsilon EY1024 in which the E-screamer in the audio was blaring across esports arena section of DGSELZ originated from the game chap Minecraft Herobrine subject, in which we at RDK 3000 TriStar sever ties with Game Chap in the prior time period, due to rant on Game Chap forums over rant on videos on breasts in games that left forum members including Chap's United members banned in 2014 as we terminate tonight's VWG2N Silimcast as a result. In addition to preventative measure for potential subject 2 in which has recently occurred at triple decks on the duodec countdown.
This concerns the Indancy exposure incident as topless female came without warning in which led to auto-censor as the substitute host, who currently serves for Chronos, who was reeling from subject Alpha, looked at the breasts and said offensive remark in which angers VWG2N. Vero and Chronos producers while the VWG2N hosts are en route. This as we learn. Tonight's episode of VWG2N needs to prematurely end and VWG2N Extra on Vero Plus to be pre-emptied and VWG2N hosts who originally to host live on location, ends up to cover for ElitoGRBar ESP.
This is we alert the distributors on what has happened, also to cut the simulcast. Now, Scott Elito Starkip, KENKA from ESN who did guest host, also gets angered at this as he deals with the situation with the karate as two others, Scott Elito Stan, Tina, and Rex Trex-siren. Rex detain the topless female while alerting Shaker. Mickey Daniels of subject as Shaker alerted DG Square Elitosat security and also Slacker, Max SD Kryptor, in which alerted us of the matter before we go on the air as the situation gets contained. Well, I have to amend my DVR as a result. VWG2N episode gets cut short, as I am forced to record Channel 5, RDK TV service toward 2036. However, I must note that I had my Canberra International ID stashed in my wallet, as it state my birth date on civil and Elito calendars once it was issued to me in the prior 5 years in 2019, EY1019 this before Kanbordeean government scraps those and issues replacement types. Maybe go electronic and cardless as Elitopia plus the Tronic Diamond Union was the first to do so, as it states my birth date May 3rd, 1994 or Epsilon 1st, EY0994 on a Pentas and Tuesday this to be on Elite Day 122 and 363 173 EMD Elito. Yes, Mark Zaniels as Icori Anders note on the date in the Tronic Diamond. In pre-Tronic Diamond era to be 99088 Myatrokins ATRCX8 stay, year 2710 day 315 Emeran 13th, and on Omni now as TRD, year 1971 day 122, Lily 1st, now as Epsilon 1st, 989 530 OCX, 0 S day. Now as TDCX on the Altronic Legacy and Trony Diamond Hex weekday of Quinn S day. Yes, this as I do recall, today is May 1st, ED 121 and Delta 30th, and in ATR Legacy, Emeran 11th, day 314 and on the EMDE, 374 129, this is in the next 6 weeks or so, to be my 11th Metri major birthday on Friday June 14th, 2024 or Priatis, Zeta 14th, EY1024 ED 165 however in standard terms. I turn 30 on May 3rd, 2024 and Epsilon 2nd, EY1024, thanks due to 2024, EY1024 being a leap year but on standard leap on February 29th, Elito on Zeta 31st, being July 1st.
I Robert Zillastar do learn of this as I am conversation with Trexer from Trex City, as I and Sean Zillastar to inform Trexer and Claw, to head to Elite City immediately, to get the last minute present to Mark Zaniels. Potentially to remote the fireworks in Trex City at the RDK Trex Tower from the RDK main HQ in Elite City, as Zen Z Kryptor reminded me of Mark's birthday in the past hours.
Robert Zillastar, why remote master it from Elite City, Trexer, and Chris Zillastar, to miss out on the esports match from Trex City.
He may not have time to return to Trex City once the present is given to you to master fireworks.
Oh my god. Thank you, Trexer. You are welcome, Raptor. Happy birthday. Mark Zaniels, I have something for you for your 30th birthday but it's at the CZ garage as I to show it to you after 8 o'clock p.m. 2000 hours? Okay, alright, Corey Zanders. Mark Zaniels, what song does it contain on the SD card you mounted to your stereo? The Happy Birthday one, in rock genre, as I to blast it straight at 2000 hours, Corey Zanders. Mark, although playing at loud volume is discouraged, there are some exemptions including part of the Happy New Month and Trimester event and coinciding to your birthday, as they do allow it for this purpose as the fellows are being told of subject. This is I to check on ElitoGRBar on channel 20. Why, Corey Zanders. To check which esports match to be focused on ElitoGRBar main channel, Mark Zaniels, but to tune it back to the previous channel or source, ahem. That is Vero, my bad. Corey, Vero, and ElitoGRBar are showcasing the ESN and CX esports match. I do note, Mark, no wonder Elite City, Omnistar, and Altronic City joins Trex City of Subject. Thank God, not Kanbordeean City. It would either set off fireworks or inadvertently sound the tornado sirens. This is Raptor must note, it's nearing Epsilon month and second Trex-mester of the elite year of EY1024, and the start of the esports matches as it's nearing 2000 hours, 00.0 EMT and 0000 TRX inbound. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Happy New Month and Trex-mester Elito of Epsilon and second Trex-mester of the elite year of EY1024. Wow. They do applaud on you. This is one of the supervisor of DG Square Elitosat has informed Costa of the subject. This as I see him approach.
I do heard the happy birthday music, as it originates from your boombox as I knew it to be your special day as you turn 30, Mark Zaniels. I will inform Jared Raystar and Richard Jinkstar of the subject since you being a former Digi Square Elitosat employee as you work at RDK 3000 TriStar main HQ, as I will escort you to the Elito NYE Central soon.
It also ends in a 3-2 win for Kanbordeean City Canbers ending at 0900 kbts. Thankfully Canber unions of KB 784 got tired already after map 3 as the substitutes take over. This is I am not pleased on the outcome with action done by the substitutes, from a rock band from southeastern province of Kanbordeean which results in the Canber police to be called in. As the opponent who lost used musical equipment and sledgehammers and bashed at the esports players from team I have withdrawn in the past week, Kanbordeean City Fusion, even an hour post-match, threw firebomb at the roster as the roster gets killed, and the 2024 KB.P19 Kanbordeean Esports Spring Tournament gets cancelled, and the concert tour for the band, The Gun Rock, also gets cancelled. Band members were ordered to court and gets sentenced to death and sponsors severing ties with rock band and Kanbordeean courts ordering the songs and albums taken down from music store, and physical copies destroyed. Yes, no wonder their homes also gets raided and blown up as with the recording studio and stock on the Canber Stugs Index delisted. This is Rikikan was also forced for RDK 3000 TriStar Kanbordeean Unit Division to permanently ban their inner relatives. This results in automatic permaban from all RDK stash libments even outside Canber world including Ilitopia and Tronic Diamond Union also Trexland. This I learned from Trexer. Once they step foot to Trex land, they get oofed by the so-called blocks mods, or arrest by local police, otherwise face immediate arrest by Tronic police if they step foot to Altronic Republic, Diamond police if for Omni Republic. Tronic police? It gets attention to the Tronic Diamonds policing force too. Yes, Robert X Kryptor, Kin 2000. Damn. I requested the song from Gun Rock to be played for Mark Zaniels for his 30th birthday on 101 The Rock, also Magic 94.7 being the radio stations in Elite City, and Rock 96 from Trex City, but they no longer play the song from the respective radio stations, as I learn, over stupidity. Stupid acts following last night's esports win for Kanbordeean City Canbers. Now the roster is killed and the band has been executed after the court orders the band members to death and the regional spring esports tournament axed. That was Raymond Blake. I am Mark ElitoGRBar. Now, this is certain VWGT personnel are selected to compete in the event for the initial shifts once the event begins at 3:12 p.m. Elite City and 800 Kiotrokins in the next choi or so. This is we will be short-staffed for the next hour as we to pass you a programming notice. This is production of the next hour of VWGT to be scrapped, as VWGT will be in a 60-minute pause. However, the coverage of the event will carry over toward RDK 3000 TriStar today, as the Xylem cast from RDK TV is coming up next on Vero, with Mark E. Kryptor and Chris K. Kryptor. As we will be back at 4 o'clock, However, they will announce VWGT status updates if necessary, if they say the show to be cut short. Then we will say goodbye as RDKTSRT would continue toward Vero News 5 o'clock as we play the sequence outro, including the new outro music that gets first played from RDKTSRT Lunch Bites in the special instance for Vero. I am Mark ElitoGRBar, saying peace out, as we close out with live Skycam of Elite City Metro. However, for KB Gamer Deck and Trex Vision 4 plus Trony Explosi Vision, we have to say goodbye as we see you for VWG2 and for Jinx TV. Jinx 24 Silumcast is next with Market Week Silumcast from Elito Money as we see you at 4. Game on. There's the pocket radios in subject. What do you need those for?
Listen to the radio while walking, as I also to get the headphones, and next to it is the Rock-Tech Wave Blaster boombox stereo, with 4 speakers, 2 front, and 1 on each side.
Yes, Thank God it comes in the color I want.
This is RDK 3000 TriStar today. I am X Kryptor.
What with the music? Is it coming from this stereo? I am X Kryptor.
No, it's concerning the televisions behind us. I did not know RDK 3000 TriStar today has launched some new music. By the way, must catch up on the headlines. This hour. ELG Game Jam TD Espa Celeb versus S Gamers Suki Tronics E-Race 24. 2-match series with match 1 at 15-12, 800 KTS.
Mid-season madness to kick off this week, in the esports tournament from ELG Game Jam and TD Espa, to wrap up by eve of NTS 1000.5.
ElitoGRBar 24. Teaser trailer has been launched featuring the sneak peek of ProAM event to be held around mid-month. Event is similar to Swinky ProAM 2014.
New Neotrocant 1000.5 countdown. Preps are underway in Altronic City, Elite City, Trex City, also OmniStar, and across TDU.
Strong tornadic waterspout offshore from eastern Webchester destroyed a yacht. No one on board, however, results in 1.8 million Webchesterian pound, 3.5 million sickle, 875,000 LEO loss. Well, this was used to be my cousin's yacht, in which gets owned by his neighbor. I must recall incident in last Viatricon when the yacht was docked in Lake Alftronic within Alftronic City. Some intruder went onto the yacht in which the yacht was stolen. However, the neighbor grabbed his shotgun and fired bullets at the intruder, killing him, but it was so dark out, the yacht was unable to be recovered in thick dense fog. Most stupid. The keys was still in the ignition as the ignition was toggled and slight throttle was applied before person goes on top balcony, in which was shot down by neighbor. According to the tracker, it went toward Tronics River toward sea to eastern Webchesterian waters.
This as I was tracking the yacht then noted severe thunderstorms along cold front with 200 km/h wind gusts, a major derecho on the waters, 12 centimeter hail and strong tornadoes as water spouts, an EF5 or T13, but offshore. One tornadic water spout struck the yacht as the high winds spew choppy waves as that caused additional damage as the yacht sank.
Although there was one person on board being intruder, the force of the gunshot knocked him overboard and splashed into the waters as he was drowned. Anyhow, no wonder VWGT gets in pause and RDK 3000 TriStar today Silimcast on Vero at this hour?
Yes, certain VWGT personnels, minus the hosts, are to compete in initial shifts in esports in virtual motorsport celeb versus gamers, to start at 800, or 1512, we must get the radios now then cash out.
Objection. Tickets for the event are sold out and venues for the viewing parties are full, at fire code limit.
I mean, we to listen to it on our radios, we to get as we head to the park.
Welcome back to RDK 3000 TriStar today. I am Chris K. Kryptor over at Studio RDE.
And I am Mickey Kryptor reporting from DG Square Litosat. Mind my outfit change, Scott ElitoGRBar, SE Stars Plays has given it to me the prior day. There goes the you-know-what, as Shift 2 has since begun as it crosses 1548 RDK ELC as we learn, competing 8 of 36 minute, 25 craw, 15 dozenal/minor shifts. This is the VWGT hosts as we learn, gets to cover for Jinx 24 for Elito Prom Prep as Scott ElitoGRBar takes over for live streaming.
Yes, Marky, however regarding the VWGT hosts.
Mickey Kryptor, the VWGT hosts are confirmed competing for Shift 2 in place of the 3 editors, and based on the shift schedule, also for Shift 3, for 72 minutes.
Tracy P. Kryptor, when was this announced?
1545. The host was informed since 1540.
Ahem. Tracy P. Kryptor, Mickey Kryptor, is this confirmed? The VWGT hosts are competing as substitutes for the 3 editors?
Yes.
Affirmative, Chris K. Kryptor.
Thank you. This is we at RDK 3000 TriStar have since alerted Barrow Television of the matter as they had not heard of subject yet at the time. We have just learned. The VWGT, VWG2N hosts are among the participants for Match 2 as well as Barrow has also learned of this as well, as we must pass you a programming alert. This is they have no choice but to prematurely end today's episode of VWGT as a result of this, as today's episode of Virtual World and Gaming Today needs to cut short, and tonight's episode of Virtual World and Gaming Tonight will also be preempted as the distributors, Trony Explosive Vision, KB Gamer Deck and Trex Vision 4 are alerted of the matter. To repeat, today's episode of Virtual World and Gaming Today needs prematurely end, and tonight's episode of Virtual World and Gaming Tonight will be pre-empty. This is we are expanding this RDK 3000 TriStar Today newscast by 60 minutes to be a 2-hour extended edition. Due to the important ice hockey matches tomorrow in the ETHF, Elito Trex Cup 2024, EY1024, TX.Y24, playoffs, tomorrow's editions of VWGT and VWG2N will be pre-emptied as per special request from Elito Sports for the important hockey matches. One of it is Elite City Elitos as we turn to sports and hockey. In Sports Blitz, this is tomorrow is one of the most interesting games in hockey as Trex City Kryptors and Elite City Elitos to compete against the opponents.
I knew it. Trex City Kryptors taking on against Team in Kyiaville here in Trex City at 7 p.m. at Trex Arena. No wonder Elitopian Elios get accepted at the venue as with Tronic Diamond Sickles and Trexland Dollars also Kanbordeean Kanbor coins. Trex Vision 4 will have live coverage tomorrow as with Breeze Radio 155. Raymond Ironblocks, do you heard on the report on RDK 3000 TriStar television service Elite City feed on Channel 5 Type Alpha or Trex City feed on Channel 12 Type R?
On Channel 12 Type R, yes, this is I got the hockey match on the DVR on Trex Vision 4. Channel 4 on Type R however there's another event that gets your interest, the Mid-Season Madness. The Trex City Trexies are in the participants to take on Groven Ositek Thieves on 7th at 3 in the afternoon however first match, at 3:12 p.m. on the 6th at top of Trexie 8 but competing in Alftronic City so 1912Z.
What is Z in reference to time?
Universal Time, UTC.
I knew it, 7:12 p.m. GMT. How much is tickets at DigiTrex?
Starting at 30, front row is 50, VIP is 65.
In what? Elitopian Elios, Tronic Diamond Sickles, Trexland Dollars.
I am talking dollars, Trexland Dollars, you should take note of that.
$65 for VIP. That is like cheaper than the VIP ticket for the hockey match at Trex Arena at $100.
Game on. Elite City Sentinels take on XA. Whoa whoa whoa. Oh my god. Emergency alert. We must listen to the EGAD. Amber alert. We must note on child, suspect and vehicle info. The Trex-siren must be sounding imminently on the subject, as there goes off the siren and the EAS on the radio, as we must listen for the message then hunt for the fellows and get the cops' attention.
Civil authorities has issued a child abduction emergency effective until further notice for Trex City Metro. The following is transmitted in request by Trex City Police.
This is the Trex Amber Alert issued by Trex City Police on a child abduction of Mickey Ionstar. 3. Being a raccoon species, 50 centimeters, 1.0 kilogram, wearing Pam Paw's diaper and red and white shirt with M on the back and Trex seal on front. The child raccoon kid, as we call by Trexland Humane Society, is brutally abducted as by two males being esports players of Elitopian team Groban Ositek Thieves, who are identifiable by the nicknames on New Jersey's Hell and Alarma, who are roughly 1.60 to 75 centimeters, black with red and white pants and shoes, black hair and black glasses. Vehicle description is unavailable. The fellows were last seen near Trex-GR corner. Mickey Ionstar was abducted on Elitopia-Trexland border at 1:55 p.m. from moving car from RDK 3000 TriStar on Elitopian side from Elite City using drone, in which crossed from Trex City, Trexland. Mickey Ionstar is in serious danger. The two fellows nicknamed Hell and Alarma was reportedly being picked upon Mickey, even bully planned to do pedo acts on him, telling him to fart, fetish acts and other lewd acts, also to take Mickey's diaper off and do sexual consent. Then put on green diapers with bomb, fist fight him and kick out of Trex City with plan to perma remove from Trex City eastward to Kanbordeean City. If observed, call 911 immediately within TRC 888.
We must step on it. We must rescue him.
Heard from Trexer, he also to join in.
Thanks from Mark X Kryptor and Mickey X Kryptor from Elite City, also Claw from Trex City of the tracker location via phone call, it to be along these bushes. Do I heard some dogs?
Trexer, mind the dogs. I and Robert T are owners of the dogs.
The names are Lucky and Trexy. They are after the would-be pedos.
This is you are going down, as I to have you know what it do. Bark.
Stop. No. Ow.
This is I to a gad. The dog. Yeah. Get the canine off.
You stupid dog. Get off the dog. Ow. Hey, you bit me. Not the dog. Idiot. And get the dog off me.
Phew.
The two of you of GOT, that's what you get for what I call Trexing Mickey. As for you Mickey, I Trexer, X Kryptor, X Xylastar to get you out of the bush and away from the fools for safety as the dog's owners to confront the fools.
Yes, this is for those in the fools. Come out immediately.
Trexer, I do note the owner of Mickey Mickey X Kryptor from the RDK 3000 TriStar main HQ from Elite City. Go inform of subject, also notify Hydrox and his owner, brother of Mickey X, Mark X Kryptor, Evie, ASAP, as I do inform the TrexFriends and Slackers that Mickey is safe. Okay, Mark Ionstar. However, first, for you Mickey, are you okay, or are you hurt or depressed? I do have a first aid kit in my RDK Trex POC to bring out if needed.
I'm shaken but alright physically, but mentally somewhat depressed thanks to the acts.
You heard what Mickey said. As you have made him depressed, as you are being held responsible. It can end up resulting in Trex City Trexies and Groban Ositek Thieves esports match held tonight at 2000 to be cancelled.
Also forfeit remaining matches for GOT and ban the esports team for remainder of the year 2024, EY1024, TX.Y24, even remainder of Niatrocant 1000, even for life over pedo acts to Mickey. You could end up oofed or arrested by the cops.
ELG Game Jam sanctioning us and the entire team as whole, and authorities sanctioning us also? If we get oofed or arrested, then the cops in Elite City have the potential to arrest the remaining roster and raid the headquarters in Elite City and seize it and shut it down.
This of course might result in holding company in Electronic City to face a hefty fine.
Yes, as you both will be responsible. Trexer, are you contacting the fellows in Elite City?
Yes, this is I am messaging Hydrox, also Mark X Kryptor. Hello. I am Trexer from Trex City, Trexland, Eevee, where is Hydrox? His laptop have a low battery, as his tablet is being charged. I am his owner, you must be here for the status of Mickey the raccoon, is he bullied to death or is he safe? He is safe, as I rescued him from danger, as two of the dogs, and the owners Steven Ionstar and Robert Trex Blocks confronts the two fellows. Nya. Thank you. Hydrox. Mickey is safe, rescued by Trexer.
Phew. Good thing he is safe and sound. I will applaud on the efforts to bring Mickey out of danger.
Hydrox, is Mickey safe?
Yes, Bradley.
Phew. Skittles, we must give something to Trexer for reward. Yes, Casper, as he has since done a good job in the rescue, as I can't wait to see him back.
Did Trexer came to rescue Mickey R out of danger?
Yes, Mickey X Kryptor, go ahead to Trex City to talk to Trexer and pick up Mickey R. Also monitor ElitoNews24 if the status of esports match at 2000 hours, Quad Zero's changes including match cancellation, and news on Grove and Ossitec thieves, alert Trexer ASAP.
Okay, Eevee.
This is Chubby H Kryptor. I will like to give a huge thanks for rescuing Mickey as the owner. Mickey X Kryptor is on the way to Trex City.
No problem, Chubby H Kryptor. No problem, Chubby H Kryptor.
Trexer, I am nervous on the dog sniffing at my diaper.
Robert Trex Blocks, deal with the dog, she is sniffing at Mickey. She must be kept out of Mickey's personal space.
Trexy.
Yes, Robert?
You should keep away from Mickey as you made him nervous, sniffing at his diaper as that has to be refrained.
Okay, this is I do want to apologize, as I smell something turned out to be baby powder.
About time Trexer and the two dogs put the axe to the screeching halt.
Yes, this is otherwise Mickey wouldn't be around.
Good thing it ends well.
It's the good thing the dogs assisted to put the end to it, otherwise I would have used my taser and fire at them, stun them with hundreds to thousands of volts of electricity.
Yes, as you should have only used the taser at a last resort.
For you Grove and Ossitec thieves, see you in Ban Land. The ban hammer to whack at ya hard. So hard, you would feel the intense pain even from inside, to overcome to death.
What the person say, I doubt it would happen, but I wouldn't be surprised if it's not the oof, but the arrest by local police. Unsure if the fellows called the cops on the subject.
The cops? It would involve the two fellows and not the rest of us, so we should be okay for most as the two fellows involved are the substitutes for the match.
I wonder if Trex City Trexies would boycott the match with us, and potentially do not show up, in which would be a no-show, as we must return to Elite.
We can't go back to Elite City as told by the authorities told us to remain in TRC. Anyhow, I have also alarm due regret on the acts, as I confess to being a pedo as.
Whoa! Oh my god!
What the f is happening?
Damn!
Oh my god! My teammates, they're terminated. We will be gunners for Grove and Ossitec. The owner Mickey X Kryptor is on the way, as he should be arriving imminently. I heard the honk and look at the car. It's confirmed to be Mickey X Kryptor. This is for Mickey R. You go stand beside me. Hello Mickey, so, any follow-up developments?
Mickey Zarkshaw. Nice to meet you.
Hello, I hope Mickey R is in good spirits. Trexer, how is Mickey doing?
Shaken but okay, although you may need to book an appointment with the psychiatrist this week, perhaps for tomorrow at the soonest, as he is somewhat depressed due to the acts by two fellows.
You sure, Trexer? Mickey suffers from mild to moderate depression?
Yes.
This is I to telephone the psychiatrist in Elite City, Dr. Smith Zintos, in an hour to arrange an appointment for tomorrow.
Good move.
Yes, the sooner the better.
Now for the other fellows. The subject is only to be told toward Trexer, so I want you to kindly please head to another area, perhaps inside the Trex-GR corner, as the associate may know on the developments I to say to Trexer from their point of view, in which result in good news for Trex City Trexies.
This is I heard from the staff of Trex-GR corner. We must head inside, it to be good news for Trex City Trexies.
Trexer, take note that fellows from GOT has been oofed by the authorities here, since its semi-bloxy run otherwise would result in arrest by the police. However, the remaining roster in ELC has been arrested by ECPD, as I heard such boom in a distance not long ago. The Groban Ositech Thieves HQ in Elite City gets imploded after raid, as the team, also the Tronic Diamond counterpart for Alpha Zon and Bravo Zon, gets perma-banned from competition indefinitely, and disqualified, as the TDU counterpart also faces the music for encouraging GOT to what I call eliminate Mickey R. This as the esports match for TCT and GOT is cancelled, as I heard from my sources.
I do expect that to happen, as the team gets instant karma. This is Trex City Trexies advance to stage 2 of mid-season madness. This is Trex Vision 4 just confirmed on this.
This is I also X Kryptor will send you via fax, also electronic messaging, also email with PDF document, with the schedule of the Phase 2 once the other matches gets decided. This is I note the cheering inside Trex-GR corner. The TrexFriends and Slackers must be celebrating on it.
Yes, this says I am wondering on the schedule, as I to be with you, my Kex.
Anyhow, I want to give a huge thanks to you for getting Mickey R out of danger, as X Kryptor will give you a reward to be sent to you in the next hour, as he is pleased on the outcome.
Oh my god. Thank you. This is I to return to the RDK Trex Tower. I will chat with you on messaging at 1800 hours this evening. See ya around.
Okay. Have a nice afternoon, as we see you at 1800. This is for Mickey R. We are heading back to ELC to the RDK main HQ.
Okay.
Mickey, we to return to the RDK main HQ.
Okay.
No wonder the Alftronican and Xenopolian counterparts also get sanctioned as well and delay in Stage 2 of Mid-Season Madness, in which would have to start tomorrow, in which ends up postponed by at least 2 to 3 days.
Mark Z Kryptor, Mark Zaniels, go stop DVR record of VWGT, and cancel DVR on tonight's episode of VWG2N. Today's VWGT episode gets axed on breaking news on Fate on Grove and Osadek Thieves, as RDK TV is being cast on Vero to 5 o'clock p.m. And tonight's VWG2N is being preempted due to Potental for continuing coverage. Alright, Corey Z Kryptor, Corey Zanders, no wonder the team gets sentenced to death, as the inner relatives also get sentenced to death on pedo and bullying act attempts to Mickey. Hope you have the cameras ready, as we will spend an all-nighter as we to spectate the auroras as a G4 geomagnetic storm is forecast.
Would it cause impacts to GPS, and which would affect the navigation, and which would lead us to make a wrong turn and head to Trexland or Neo-Ionica?
It might be possible, but I know the route well, as I've been there before.
Anyhow, I topped off the gas, as I am back on the road on Alito Road 66. Thank God I made it to Pride City. Now I have to head to a specialty store. I might need to reconsider and head back to Elite City, this as it gets heavier with progression of time. Oh my god! My phone is beeping, must be an emergency alert, either a severe thunderstorm warning level 3, tornado warning or flash flood warning gets issued for Pride City. Not only is a PDS flash flood warning, but a flash flood emergency and black rainfall emergency warning level 5. As I must head back. As I do know, the street already gets flooded with like 5-10 centimeters depth. Thank God there is an incline up ahead which leads to higher elevation, as I must get out of the city safely but swiftly and head back to Route 66 northbound.
7, 6, 5,
Happy New Mesa Kanbordeean Spinelian Duodecimale. 6th Mesa of KB.SDY129 or 177. Ken 2000, Irex X Kryptor. Am thrilled that this Mesa is a special one, as it's the last HNM Kan-spinel toward the neutronic diamond new half neotrocant of NTS 1000.5 to occur in the week ahead. I knew it. NTS 1000.5. However, I wonder when it falls on. Rikikan. What day it falls it. This coming Starina, 15th of Gumbalin, KB.P19, or Wednesday, 15 May 2024, to occur at 0500 hours KBTS and 00Z. Anyhow, this is not a Kanbordeean related NYE event, as we can't toggle the ball drop and set off the fireworks. This makes Ken 2000 wonder. Ken 2000 must know on the Stage 2 event, in the mid-season madness, this is to open web browser on my laptop. And head to the sites https://www.elitogresp.elp and https://www.td-gr.tdu and https://www.kbgamrx.kb, and head to the corresponding pages. No wonder the Elto version also have Elitish version, also Kanberlish version, as the Tronic Diamond version also have Kanberlish section, as I choose Kanberlish, as the web page updates. This is to check into the ELG Game Jam TDS Basuki Tronics Mid-Season Madness 2024, KB.P19. KB.SDY129 or 177, Neotrocant 1000.4, TDE 2001, EY1024, and TX.Y24, as they mention the Trex years 5 years behind Canber years, since the Trex land-based team is among the participants. As I note, to convert Elite City time and Universal time to KBTS, then Kan-spinel duodecimale time, as I must also note the time and Keotrocants in Tronics timekeeping and convert to SGT, Spinel Greenwich time. This as I do note, X8 in Spinel, Altronic City Sentinels in Suki. Hex City Heretics in Dianzi and X Gaming in Trex. This is X8 to compete against Elite City Sentinels, Altronic City Sentinels take on Zeno Quartz, Hex Heretics take on Cloud Deck, and X Gaming to take on the Trexies from Trex City, as I never been there ever. However, I do recall Groven Ossitek Thieves was recently there to compete with TST, ends up oofed and match cancelled over pedo and bullying acts from my cousin Mickey X Kryptor's companion, Raccoon in Diapers, Mickey. Even if it's attempt, but Trexer came to the rescue, as I personally applaud his efforts to put it to a halt, in which gets attention to Kanbordeean government and issues travel advisory to Trex land as whole, citing avoid non-essential travel but a temporary measure for non-human species only, but exercise heightened degree of caution for others. Anyhow, I am also following the Hanatalia Vision Song Contest very closely, as it to also be televised on Kanbordeean television, even on SukiNet under Pi 314 affiliations, plus the 2024 Call of Duty League Major 3 tournament as the qualifiers wrap up. The female, double deck on the auto-censor kicked in.
Whoa, oh my god. This occurring on the double decks on the current dozy. Oh god. Stand by for a programming alert. Today's episode of VWGT needs to prematurely end. This is we learned. Aside from protocols from Trex Vision 4, Trony Explosive Vision and KB Gamer Deck, discouraging nudity in which they to comply and terminate today's episode of VWGT on Vero's side. The substitute host has said lewd and offensive remark while the main host heads to Digi Square Elitizot in which otherwise to cover feature for next hour, only to be reassigned to be covering for the match for ElitoGRBar. As a result, RDK 3000 TriStar Today Blitz will be airing earlier than usual in an extended edition as that is up next as Vero to Silimcast Game Day Live today. VWG2N, VWGT Extra and VWG2N Extra will be pre-emptied over protocols from the distributor in response from the subject as explanation is shown on the monitor beside me as with other subjects.
This as it even offends the little ones like you, thus we had to do a hold and secure protocol at Elito NYE Central, in which have just now been lifted, and all televisions and screens to cut to DG Square Elitizat logo now back to the usual sources and channels, and cover the exit with the curtains to avoid sight of the female for privacy as our security and ushers deal with the lady in which gets caught as the curtains has been uncovered.
You sure the female responsible gets instant karma?
Yes. Heard from security, she is handed over to the police as she to be arrested for indecency exposure in public.
Anyhow, concerning her, she used to be my girlfriend. Anyhow, I have since broke up with her as a result despite repeated warnings not to go nude even in front of television cameras. Now note the RDK TV on the center. This occurred during a racing event in Pride City in which had to be axed over flooding. The three amigos of Zenpak who compete in esports today with some helpers rescued me and 3 others a couple days ago. I had to give out to 3 of the passengers devices to use to supply air when submerged underwater. That car was a loner as my car was not ready at that time.
Who's she, and who are you?
My ex-girlfriend being Susan. I am Mark Zayatron Border. I reside in Elite City close to the city's downtown. I was born in Altronic City before emigrating in 2023, EY1024 after New Year's and Tronic Diamond Metric and Solar Millennium, to Elitopia. My parents was born Kanbordeean, as Cap'n back then, in what is now as Kanbordeean City, before they moved to Altronic City in 1999, EY999 in which I was born in following months in early 2000, EY1000. I am 24. The 3 passengers are my brothers, Chris who he's 23, Steve who's 22 and Joseph who's also 22, who came beside me just now. You should note my and his cousins Sean Zayakan Border, Sean Z Kryptor from RDK 3000 TriStar. He was born Kanbordeean and resided in Kanbordeean City but moved to Elite City since 2022, EY1022. NKB.P17, this is I Sean Z Kryptor arrive, Thank God the barriers were raised. As for you King Richard Jinx Zion, was there a lockdown or hold and secure during the Indancy exposure incident?
Hold and secure. Also the curtains was closed for privacy during the incident due to the squad from RDK 3000 TriStar in which would have offended them.
Yes, as the squad especially Casper, Bradley, Soro and Skittles, also Mickey the Raccoon would be severely offended, as it's for a reason to avoid sight of exposure. Yes, Chubby H Kryptor, as I Ben would also note, it would also be offensive to Hydrox.
Yes, this is I Mark X Kryptor and my brother Mickey X Kryptor had to put on the blindfolds for Hydrox and Mickey R.
Yes, Mark X, as I Mickey X also had to put on headphones to Mickey R connected to my phone to play some soft jazz music during the incident.
Now this is Scott Elito Starkup was the one who rescued me. Konnichiwa. Yes, this is I also Trax Rex and Ilitatino was in Pride City to spectate race only to find out the city was flooded as we instead do rescue mission. Now, bear in mind, we are in active character picks and bans as we compete against Cloud Deck, in esports in best of 5 and Dozagi of On Nightgans 2 to occur at 3, as it's 2:53 PM, so take note of the time. Over here, we have the fellows from Cloud Deck Esports.
Who is the fellow in brown hair?
Eric Alftroni Trap. He was born and raised in Altronic City.
Game on! And that is me, Eric Alftroni Trap, captain of Cloud Deck Esports, as the headquarters are based in Altronic City, formerly based in Xenopolis City, Xenopolia, before moving in the past year, in mid-June 2023. Mid-Zeta TDE 2000 and early in second half of Niatricon 1000.1 due to incident near Xenopolis City blamed on lightning due to thunderstorm from remains of tropical depression Jake Star. Explosion at fertilizer plant that ends up deadly, in what used to be Xenostar, on Biatricon 100,016 7th day quarter day, Zeta 26th, TDE 2000, 2000/167 TDRT. 1,167 Myatricons TDCX, Quad Dis Zeta 16, EY1024 Elito Day 127 and Saturday June 17, 2023 as it becomes Alpha Zon, in transition from Bravo Zon. Bear in mind, we at Cloud Deck, along with Elite City Sentinels are in character picks and bans for the esports match to occur soon.
whispers gather in fear. Lock yourselves in for the night. I'm off to go make things right. Miles and miles away, paved through the blood of the fray. Torn between hell and the sky, never for vengeance go I. Hellfire, nipping at Achilles' heels I kill, so you know exactly how it feels. Nothing gonna stop me till I take you down. You see, you'll see me but you'll never hear a sound. You tear my home apart and I'll get you. And you're I'm a power you've not seen before. Where do you go when you die in hell? I guess when I get to you, time will tell. Cast demons, angels aside, torn them apart far and wide. The indestructible few, what then will happen to you? Hellfire, nipping at Achilles' heels I kill, so you know exactly how it feels. Nothing gonna stop me till I take you down. You see, you'll see me but you'll never hear a sound.
Now the music to lower to quieter levels over the loudspeakers of RDK gone in the next 5 dozenals, over a dozen minutes is it to play for one via trocant in which the system will switch to auto, mastered by computer. In the next hour however toward 1900 hours kbts volume to be further lowered then raised again around 0700 kbts tomorrow and to stop by 0500 kbts on 25th Gumbalin kb.p19 or 25th May 2024 then repeat with fireworks in NYE for Happy New Month Kanbordeean of Jakian month of KB.P19 corresponding to June 2024 and Zeta EY1024 and TDE 2001 plus Bravo by Aterix TX.Y24 and Kiplian month of Perla AKLN 293 or 399. Anyhow just hours ago I have seen some figures, when driving my car believed to be characters from Imaginary Friend on the eve of the new half-key Trocant. To be Blossom and Blue, as I heard, to be a hit movie at the kickoff of NTS 1000.5 to be the movie, As I to head to the cafeteria's event later on this morning to get some coffee latte for starter with 75 Canberra coin for tall size this as I to see the movie, around release on 16th Gumbalin KB.P19 or 16, May 2024 in the afternoon. I heard what you say, Robert. In fact, go there now and get me a coffee latte. Head to the drive-thru, it's open 24 hours. Okay, Rikikan, do you want something else there? Breakfast sandwich, egg, bacon, sausage. Okay as I to get one for me also with hash brown, and orange juice.
My sister Tracy Phelps, also known as Tracy P. Kryptor over at RDK 3000 TriStar over at Studio RDE at the Magic Board on the Social Reaction. Tracy?
Yes, this is we are checking into videos, social media and the community servers on the reaction to the players.
Now I am going to get out my devices as my Z-Tech Pocket Mate is connected to my phone and my Pocket Mate is connected via USB-C to my laptop tablet computer, as I must fire it up as I am at ElitoGRBar Esports Gaming Bar in Elite City at Kanbordeean Street East as my crossover. 2024 Flex HXCR, PHEV. Plug-in hybrid is at Elito Charge next door as the fuel was just topped off at KENKA variety in which I got a slushy 16 volt, 1 liter for 1 Elio 15 as I chose ElitoGRBar also got a newest manga at Delta 6. This is the PHEV battery is half charge remaining as I to top it off as fuel tank is full. This is my computer is charged up as it's just powered on. This is I need to check details on the event some patrons are discussing. Some rumored to be Elite City Sentinels vs the opponent in either gamers versus celebrities or gamers versus the amateurs as I to launch web browser and go on social media to check. As the television beside is tuned to RDK 3000 TriStar television service in my pocket mate in TV mode tuned to ElitoNews-24 Deck Mill. Anyhow I to have a late lunch as I, Mickey Ionstar, brother of Derek Ionstar, Derek V Kryptor, Debbie Zion as he's busy working at RDK main HQ for production duty. This as he told me to tune one of the TVs to RDK 3000 TriStar television service for subject to come imminently. This is I to log in and open up web browser right away and to check some websites including social media also ElitoGRESP and ElitoNews-24 Deck Mill and to start I am to Mark Zaniels and Corey Zanders, plus few others. I to start on the ElitoNews-24 Deck Mill website however my start and homepage is the one I made using software app, Redo Breezeweaver CSXE and saved as HTML web file to local disk being internal drive on my computer.
This is It Gets Trending leading to the event on Thursday, May 23rd, 2024, Trarodi's Epsilon 22nd, EY1024 Elite Day 143, and Encore Tita Octaos in Day Bravo Pre-RX 24, TX.Y24. We have this development just into the VWGT and RDK Newsline newsroom. This is it warrants a VWGT alert, but for RDK is just in. Take note of that. This is we learn to be some undetermined gaming event that have just been announced. This as one teaser was posted on the ZGR and Z-Fuel social media post on Sinwickster and Farkbook. Also Vistagram and others as we show one on the magic board. To feature event to occur at 1500 RDK and Elite City time. This on the infographic mentions the Canberra clock showing midnight and Spinal from Steven Universe also Darwin from Amazing World of Gumball and some red and blue also the esports team logo pixelated. And blurred in green V and orange question mark with caption. More details at 750, meaning 750 Kietrikants, and 1400 RDK ELC stating more details to arrive in the next half hour as we hand off to Mark and Chris.
I am Mark E. Kryptor and this is Chris K. Kryptor, as we want to welcome to the viewers on remaining RDK TV and radio networks, as we have this development just into RDK 3000 TriStar, it states there's going to be a gaming event and we have yet to learn more, to occur at 1500 hours RDK ELC, 79.1 EMT. 1900 TRX, Midnight KBTS, 755 or 7427 Sign and SGT, 791 Kiotrokants, and 1900 hours UTC.
On the infographic posted in the past few moments, it states on the key element as it states element being esports team logo that is pixelated, blurred, and the question mark as it states more info in the next two choices, at 1400 RDK ELC judging by the logo, possibly to be the esports team either Elite City Sentinels, Alptronic City Sentinels or the newest Kanbordeean team replacing Kanbordee City Fusion, Kanbordee City Sentinels, with other elements, letter B, to be determined as versus then the question mark stating a mystery to be unraveled at a later time possibly at 1400 or sometime within the next hour.
We at RDK Newsline are reaching out to Elite City Sentinels and EXS Group, Altronic City Sentinels and Tronix Synerg also Kanbordee City Sentinels and Kanbordeean Esports. Also the fellows at RDK 3000 TriStar Altronic and Kanbordee unit divisions for confirmation as we will be on top of it as with fellows from VWGT.
To recap the development coming in not long ago, there's going to be a gaming event to occur possibly involving one of the three in the Sentinels bunch and one other to occur at 1500 RDK ELC with next announcement at 1400 RDK ELC. Please stay tuned to RDK 3000 TriStar television service and Vero Television's VWGT for more on this developing story as we will be taking a programming break. I am Chris K. Kryptor.
And I am Mark E. Kryptor. The VWGT hosts will discuss more on this after the break as for the remaining RDK TV and radio networks, we will return to regular programming after the break.
This has been an RDK 3000 TriStar Flash Report.
I do note subject to 3 o'clock p.m. as I have just put that on my watch alarm. Also I just set reminders on this on my pocket mate also my laptop tablet combo, also my phone as I remotely control my DVR, to record the subject to 3 o'clock p.m. This as I also note, Further announcement of subject at 2 o'clock p.m. This is the patrons sure are going blitz out on the announcement as they are hyped already. No wonder my pocket mate played the reveille only to see message from Rekeekan, stating for me to head to work at RDK gone immediately for important and urgent subject on event at midnight KBTS and Kalaki 0. This as I learn, further announcement in half hour at 2300 hours Canberra time. Rekeekan, what the hell is this for? Some football match? No. This concerns gaming event to be held, potential to be some esports match, one of it could be one from the Sentinels bunch. Kanbordeean City Sentinels? May not be one of it could be Elite City Sentinels in ElitoGRBar esports, who won the mid-season madness defeating CloudDeck in a 3-2 match score, may be getting held at ELG-GJ Elitosat.
This as we report live from the G Square Elitosat as we to be awaiting the polls to come soon. This as we must note on the team being the one that gets pixelated. Raymond
Apologies,
Blake,
but it's
now?
important and urgent. I am Raymond Blake, from ElitoGRBar. We are approaching the next announcement to come inbound, this to be the significant development yet. There goes the gamer horn. We have an esports alert to pass to you as we are broadcasting this on Elito News 24 Deckmill, Jinx 24, Chronos, ElitoGRBar News 24, Deckmill, also on Vero's VWGT simulcasting on RDK TV. We have since learned that there's gonna be an esports match to occur at 3 o'clock p.m. Elite City, 79.1 EMT and 1900 TRX to be the Z Fuel, CGR, Esports Gamer Battle, Gumba Duel, 2024, EY1024 to be a celebrity versus gamer match. As the gamers side to be winner of last night's mid-season madness, Elite City Sentinels, as we will announce the shortlist alpha on the celebrities. There to be 5, number 1 to be the Zenpak, number 2 to be fellows from TV game personalities including Elitopian versions of The Weakest Link, Who Wants to Be a Millionaire, The Price is Right, Deal or No Deal, The Million Elio Pyramid, The Wall, Jeopardy, and such. Number 3 being fellows from cast of Zero Hero, number 4 being Elito Pop Boy Band XTR, number 5 to be VWGT and VWG2 and personnels including the hosts, shortlist 2 to be delivered shortly at 2:30 p.m. Elite City and final shortlist before 2:40.
This translating to 14:30 and by 14 to 40 RDKELC within the next 5 to 10 plus minutes. I am Chris K. Kryptor and this is Mark E. Kryptor once again. Recapping what Ray Blake said, in which I must summarize, to be special sponsored esports match to occur at the new Kanbordeean, midnight KBTS, 1500 RDKELC, 79.1 EMT and 1900 TRX. To be named, Z Fuel, ZGR, Esports Gamer Battle, Gumba Duel, 2024, EY1024, TX.Y24 in a special sponsored esports match, to be Elite City Sentinels versus the celebrities.
Teams participating to be winner of last night's mid-season madness, Elite City Sentinels, to be competing for the celebrities out of the 5 in which to be further shortlisted, Zenpak, fellows from TV game personalities, fellows from cast of Zero Hero, Elito Pop Boy Band XTR. And last to be alarming, VWGT, and VWG2 and personnel including the hosts Melissa Katzenzian, Robert James and Mark J. Phelps, in which we at RDK 3000 TriStar are on alert of announcement as we also the producers invoke Operation Q once the VWGT personnel get selected. This as we hand off to producer Derek V. Kryptor, Devi Zion for more.
Yes, I am Derek V. Kryptor, on-set producer, as we invoke Operation VQ16, named after my brother Mickey Ventstar's nickname, Mick Vento Q16. This as we to preempt the remainder of VWGT on Vero. This as we would also alert the distributors to terminate the Silimcast, but we already told them to cut out of the Silimcast earlier in the hour as told by ElitoGRBar to avoid showing the details to the distributors even in Trexland, Kanbordeean Federation Republic and Electronic Republic, as that shouldn't be broadcast to outside of Republic of Elitopia due to regional restrictions by Z Fuel and ZGR. And if VWGT Fellows gets elected, then we alert Vero Television this as we hear from Vero. If that is the case, then today's episode of VWGT to be cut short and VWG2N to be preempted as we to request Vero Television to simulcast RDK 3000 TriStar television service and carry the esports match via ElitoGR ESP Game Day live today on Vero's streaming channel Vero Plus. The shortlist Bravo has came early, gets announced by Raymond Blake as we update the news banner from Esports Alert to just in, as we have the shortlist Bravo just off the presses, from the RDK Newsline newsroom printer, to be 3 finalists, VWGT, Zero Hero and XTR as the final shortlist we learn to come in the next few moments. To repeat, final 3 to be VWGT, Zero Hero and XTR TV game show personalities and Zine Pack is no longer on the shortlist. The shortlist Bravo was reportedly being released early and which shouldn't be released for the next few moments at 14 to 30 RDK ELC, as it seems that human error is to blame being mistake at ElitoGR ESP Master Control G, some producer triggered a false start.
I must note on subject at 3, this as I grab out my phone and to message Yosh Joshi since he watches the show, Vero's Virtual World and Gaming Today. To tune to some baseball since Elite City Swifers play today against opponent from Sharkville Dolphins at Stadium in Sharkville in Western Elitopia at 1 o'clock Sharkville. 3 o'clock p.m. Elite City time on Elito Sports 1 but first.
This is my friends arrive as I gotta order really soon, and to spectate the match in the next half hour. For some reason, my pocket made ringing as I left the chat app open and minimized. I must check into audio call from Julian Rasokiard. Anyhow, I do expect him to start voice call with me sometime this afternoon. Hello. Mickey Ionstar here. What is up?
Oops, I must have started voice call with you by mistake.
No worries, I have time for the call. What is up?
Anyhow, question on the crossover at Elito Charge F station. It seems like the setup on my crossover but different style. Is it electric or PHEV?
Plug-in hybrid with turbocharged engine and powerful electric motors. Mine is the 2024 Flex HX-CR, E-Hybrid X, RS, G Performance, PHEV plug-in hybrid all-wheel drive subcompact crossover as it have a turbocharged inline 4 2.5 liter with electric motors and Sinatronic 7-speed DSG plus DST DCVT combo transmission. That CVT component 1 is with the launch and direct drive gears and is a toroidal type rather than pulley dubbed as direct shift toroidal DCVT, or DST DCVT combined with standard 7-speed dual clutch automatic.
Question on the odometer, what is the current mileage?
5,000 kilometers, 12,500 kilonitros, and you?
48,000 kilometers, 120,000 kilonitros. Mine is the 2022 Flex Breeze with a 7-speed dual clutch, all-wheel drive, 2.4-liter turbocharged flex fuel engine. The car is not a hybrid, but it have auto start-stop. Only motor is to start the engine alongside traditional starter, and charge the complicator via engine or reg and braking. Mine have like 300 PS and 480 Newton meters, up from 220 PS and 400 Newton meters.
Mine have a twin-turbo 2.4-liter inline 4, for the engine only, producing 360 PS and 600 Nm of torque with factory direct turbo upgrade, on top of power and torque from electric motors, producing around 800 to 900 PS and 1,500 to 1,600 Nm of torque combined from 2 electric motors and the internal combustion engine, however only producing when one electric motor is used 900 to 1,000 Newton meters, 686 PS, as the electric motors also have ample torque, also a factory direct upgrade. To avoid wheel spin, the special tires have to be equipped as I launch it without tire spin even in electric with 2 of the 240 kilowatt electric motors, 480 kilowatts in total being 652 PS, 1000 Nm, one front between engine and transmission, one rear, as the front one also acts as generator.
What is 0-60 kCh, 0-100 kph?
Just shy of 4 seconds in my personal test run.
I do note your crossover have same setup, some lights, increased red height and for some reason, glow on the underneath.
Yes, as it not only have ample torque and power, also have ample beat.
You mounted the subwoofer.
Yepers. I do not want to overkill as I go with 2 of the 400 watt subwoofers.
2? That equals to 800 watts, as that is like same wattage of the setup on my crossover, but only one subwoofer. Just curious, Fuel economy and EV range?
About 6 to 7 liters per 100 kilometers when engine is on, otherwise overall is about 2, and electric range is about 100 plus kilometers, 250 plus nitros. However, the battery size and weight is compact and lighter than standard lithium-ion. Charging takes level 1, level 2, level 3, and DC fast as the engine runs on premium unleaded gasoline, ethanol fuel, or blend.
Why not regular or mid-grade gasoline, and does it run on 85?
Below the required fuel for the vehicle as it's not suited. It does run on E85 even E100. It also have vehicle to load, as it can power the house during a power cut, or the camper once I go out camping, as it also have decent towing capacity, or the float during the NTS 1000.5 parade this morning as it was airing on Elito News 24, Deck Mill and Jinx Television. You should have DVR that. Did you? The float that was towing was the one from RDK 3000 TriStar behind float for Elite City Sentinels with trophy for the last night's mid-season madness towed by Corey Zander's CZ truck.
My cat, Oliver, must have been smart on the TV remote as he must have had recorded that on the DVR. By the way, I gotta end this voice call, as I head to Delta 6 to get new smartphone cover, to be black. Talk to you later.
Welcome back to the RDKTSRT Flash Report on RDK TV and Cast on Vero. I am Mark E. Kryptor and this is Chris K. Kryptor from Studio RD.
Recapping what we learned, there's to be a special sponsored esports match from ZGR and Z Fuel to be the Gumba Duel 2024, EY1024, TX.Y24. Elite City Sentinels to be competing against the celebrities, either the band from XTR or the fellows from VWGT, with the final choice for celebrities before 14 to 40 RDK ELC, as the video game they compete has been announced since 1433, to be best of 7 in Dozeg of Oakgens 2. To repeat, to be best of 7 in Dozeg of Oakgens 2, with the add-on pack that includes elements referring to the amazing world of Gumball, to be rather a spinel and split shift, to be in-game characters involving Spinelians from Steven Universe and Darwin from TAWOG with some of the Gumball references, referring to the Kanbordeean Spinelian duodecimal weekday, Kanbordeean month and weekday without reference to Splittions and Ben 10.
This is if folks from VWGT gets selected, then the show must have to conclude in tonight's VWG2 and have to be preempted, as we learn, now a best of 9, first to 5 to be potentially a marathon esports match in tomorrow's VWGT and VWG2 and to be hosted by us. Produced by RDK 3000 TriStar Television Studio Productions with pause for RDK TSRT Blitz and Prime and Cast on Vero. Otherwise, if XTR gets selected, then we end the flash report and hand off back to VWGT for pre-match countdown on Vero only, in either case. We start the RDK TSRT newscast early. The announcement is being made by Raymond Blake as I Mark E. Kryptor listen in. The choice has been selected. The fellows from VWGT is selected, including the hosts Robert James, Mark J. Phelps and Melissa Katzenzein. This means we have to pass you an important and high priority programming alert.
Today's episode of Virtual World and Gaming Today will need to be cut short, and the evening show Virtual World and Gaming Tonight will be pre-emptied as the VWGT hosts are unfit to host because they are slated to compete in esports for celebrities. To repeat, today's episode of Virtual World and Gaming Today will need to be cut short, and the evening show Virtual World and Gaming Tonight will be pre-emptied. For Vero Television, Bureau News 5 o'clock to be airing at usual time. After RDK TSRT Blitz, then Chronos Silimcast programming toward 1900 as Vero joins Silimcast of RDK TV simulcasting Elito News 24 Deck Mills Elito News 24 Deck Mill tonight toward RDK 3000 TriStar Today Prime is the hosts to be back on Friday as we fill in for them tomorrow.
In addition, today's episode of VWGT Extra and VWG2N Extra on Vero's streaming channel Vero Plus, also ElitoGRBar News 24, Deck Mill and RDKGRESP to be preempted as well. This is RDK 3000 TriStar Today. Blitz is up next on RDK 3000 TriStar and Vero television services after these messages, as we will be right back. Welcome back to VWG2N, Virtual World, and Gaming Tonight, on Vero. I am Robert James.
I am Mark J. Phelps.
I am Melissa Katzenschen.
We are broadcasting live at ElitoTronics Telemedia in Elite City, Elitopia. We highlight on the weekly top 10 esports and gaming news for the week shortly, but first we briefly summarize on item before the break, being the Roblox The Classic 2024 event. As it states on the countdown on top right, we have close to 89.5 hours to the event, to occur May 23, 2024 at 1 o'clock p.m. Elite City. That is 89 hours 23. Did the countdown clock just went to off mode on the Vero data screen as with the Kanbordeean Tronic clock display on the top bar?
What the? It has been changed to the esports match score for the CDL24 Maj3 tournament finals, as the Map 1 has recently concluded as Optic Longhorn leads 1-0 after winning Map 1 in a 250-145 map score. Of Hardpoint of Subbase, this in best of 7 as they take on against host Team Maple Ultra.
We explain on this more soon, however, going back to the other event to take place on 23rd concerning Roblox The Classic, as we summarize in brief that we discussed before the break. This has the classic elements to make a return and
Now going back to the other subject, concerning the CDL24 Maj3 tournament final, this as we said, the OTX is leading 1-0 in best of 7, first to 4, against the TOU, as map 2 is to start soon as we show the esports match score on the top as it to be search and destroy, map of invasion. As we plan to VWG2 and cast the esports match with the fellows from ElitoGRBar later on, but first we cover the viewing parties as our VWGT correspondents and correspondents from sister networks from Elito News 24 Deck Mill, Chronos, and Jinx News and affiliates are stationed in key areas.
Every hour, on the hour,
This is the RDK 3000 TriStar Today 24-hour newsbeat. I am Chris K. Kryptor, Jakir, Chris Kystar, from Studio RDE at RDK 3000 TriStar Main HQ in Elite City, Elitopia. Mind the audible at esports arena section of DGSELZ behind Studio RDE. A viewing party of subject Robert James from VWG2N is mentioning. Map 2 has started. Anyhow in the news as of current. And that was Raymond Blake from ElitoGRBar. This is Map 2 has concluded as OTX leads 2-0 after winning Map 2 in a 6-3 map score in Search and Destroy and Invasion. I am Chris K. Kryptor from Studio RDE. Unfortunately, we have to pass you a programming alert in appreciation of the VWG2N cast for RDK TV viewers, as that to yield code VGR. The Silimcast on RDK 3000 TriStar television service have to end. This as we will pre-empt the final hour of VWG2N as a result. As for RDK TV viewers, RDK 3000 TriStar Today Prime to be airing soon as for Vero viewers. In fact, due to importance of prom event we to cover for RDK TSRT, we have requested Vero to pre-empt tonight's episode of VWG2N and to air the RDK TSRT Silimcast. This is a result. The VWG2N cast of the match is being converted to the ElitoGRBar Silimcast, as that is to be shown only on Vero's streaming channel, Vero Plus, as the hosts are being reassigned to cover the match for ElitoGRBar News 24 Deck Mill. This is tonight's episode of VWG2N Extra to be pre-empty. To repeat, the match is to be shown on Vero Plus. Hosts are being reassigned to cover the match for ElitoGRBar News 24 Deck Mill. Tonight's episode of VWG2N Extra to be pre-emptied, and tonight's episode of VWG2N to be cut short as per our request for RDK TSRT newscast including prom special. I am Chris K. Kryptor signing off. This has been VWG2N, as I to be back for RDK TSRT in a few. RDK 3000 TriStar Today Prime is up next on RDK TSR and Vero television services.
I must get up right away. This as I do note. To be a balmy day to start, this as I to get the phone. What the? For some reason, I have since forgot to charge it up last night as it was not placed on the wireless charger, in which I must watch how I placed things. The alarm clock and phone was placed on different spots. This as I need to check on the charge on the phone. However, it was powered off last night. 50% charge remaining. Anyhow, thank God I do have the power bank and the USB-C cord at hand, as it was charged up last night as it was beside the phone charger and smartwatch charging base, in which the smartwatch battery is charged up.
Mark Zaniels, we must unload the things we obtained from the tour from Kanbordeean City and Silver City, Korhatapia. No wonder we had to make an exodus to Silver City as per public safety concerns due to esports fans over-celebrating the win of Optic Longhorn of the Call of Duty League 2024 Maj3 tournament finals, whereas the celebrations were more localized to one part of neighborhood in Silver City, in which gets controlled by Silver City Metro Police and Korhatapian National Police, as the fellows in Silver City play it safe. Yes, Corey Zanders, as I do note, they are hyped for the Korhatapian new metric quad season to occur at 1500 hours Elite City and midnight Silver City, to be Metri year 360.8, as the day count 360,800 is evenly divisible by 4, in which means fireworks are expected, although for TDU1 to occur 12 minutes later at 800 Kiotrokans, 012 Silver City, and 1512 Elite City, as Scott Smith told me prior to departure. Will there be fireworks in Elite City, Kanbordeean City, Silver City, OmniStar, and Altronic City? For Silver City, Altronic City, and OmniStar, yes. However, for Kanbordeean City and Elite City, no. However, for different reasons. For Elite City, it's as per DELCA and ELCO's discretion. As for Kanbordeean, it's banned across Kanbordeean Federation Republic, as RDK does not do such procedure. Heard from Trexer. Trex City, Trexland has opted out at the last minute, due to weather concerns. Weather? Check the forecast around 3 o'clock p.m. It to be raining, also quite breezy, as the high at 1400 hours forecasted to be around 24 degrees Celsius, 120 tempos, and sunny. However, at 1500 hours to turn chilly with temperature of 12 degrees Celsius, 120 tempos, with rain and gusty winds, forecast to peak at 60 km per hour, 36 kN per choi. From the northwest. How hard will it rain? Pretty heavy, but not that bad, although might warrant a level 1 amber rainfall alert. 12 degrees Celsius from 24 degrees Celsius? That is quite chilly, as I Corey Zanders must get my sweater to put on for the mid-afternoon, also my new CZ jacket. This as we take off day work. Seriously? They used the intro as the open back in 2018, EY1018 but modified with altered text at last slide and new Vero ident open? Mark Zaniels, is this in appreciation of the event at 1 o'clock p.m.? Yes, Corey, this at 1300 hours, anyhow I do note, the VWGT hosts Robert, Mark J, and Melissa are at the special desks being the one recreated to resemble the CHQ, SRJ64 and Star 2000 desks, in 2019 toward 2020, but the logos gets replaced with the Vero logo, as I do note. As that will be redecorated at end of the special. Toward what, Mark? To be used for the new Vero News studio starting next week. For some reason ElitoWX also went a throwback as they use the emulated WeatherStar 3 look before switch to the look for the WeatherStar 4000 as per popular demand requested by weather enthusiasts. I do note, Corey, this as I do note, even the classic look of locals on 8s, this as I mark, do note in Altverse and RD regarding the Patroitland/United States the Weather Channel and Mapleland/Canada's the Weather Network and French counterpart Meteo Media. Used the one in the prior years before switch to the successors, this as TWC used the emulated high-definition one for the program Retro 8's live from June 27 to November 3, 2023. I do note, also Twilight Live, this as in this verse, ElitoWX also used the same concept during the time period and to relaunch it tonight at 8 o'clock p.m. Elite City, Quad Zeros for Classic 8's Live and Twilight Live as they to revert back to the standard data screen on ElitoWX starting at 6 o'clock p.m. Twilight Live, I do note, it to also be Elito News 24 Deck Mill's new overnight show replacing News Watch. However I mark Zaniels for some reason, Elito News 24 Deck Mill plus RDK 3000 TriStar television service has reverted back to the current data screen as I got a hold of Mark X Kryptor, due to stern public feedback on RDK TV while I Raptor messaged my sister Catherine Zaniels, who works at Kronos. She told the representative for Elito News 24 Deck Mill, they say, this is per network management's discretion.
Well, we will continue off after lunch recess as the Q means it's time for lunch as it's 12 o'clock as we will have recess at 15:15.
Oh boy, lunchtime. This is I to get to the coat room, to get my lunchbox as I for some reason Daniel Hathrose and Chubby X Kryptor gave me my new lunchbox as I Skittles sure am hungry.
I do check your lunchbox. The design is sure amazing, no wonder the squad including Casper, Sorrow, Bradley and Mickey and Hydrox sure made a good design for you as your dad Daniel Hathrose told me of that this morning.
Yes, Mr. Jackingson.
Mr. Jackingson. This is Mark Zaniels, aka Mark Z Kryptor from RDK 3000 TriStar who's off duty, colleague of Chubby H Kryptor. I want to let you know that Chubby H Kryptor is coming in a couple moments at 12:05 for Operation Bumblebee prior to midday recess, also to give Skittles for rain gear as I also Corey Zanders heard weather report, it to gonna rain this afternoon. Prior to or around dismissal is it to rain heavy also to be gusty and chilly.
I already note of that, Mr. Zaniels, as it to be around dismissal but after afternoon recess. Some of the kindergarten students has already carried rain gear, this for dismissal.
Daniel Zaniels, Rex Zaniels, your plans after classes?
We are going to head to Elito Mall. This is tomorrow is PA day.
Yes, as we are going with Uncle Mark.
Actually, I to bring you two to DG Square Latosat to Trex Water Park. Begin. Cut the Bloxy countdown. Revert the process now. We do not want to use the old Game TV logo even altered for text. ElitoGRESP. Ahem. I am Raymond Blake from ElitoGRESP. VWGT Special needs a 30-minute timeout. Anyhow, it's close to 1 o'clock. This is the event Roblox the Classic is slated for debut, although the intermission is needed to revert the ElitoGRESP logo back to the current ones as the old logos cannot be used. Since Chronos is simulcasting Jinx 24, we will hand off to sister network coverage from Jinx 24 for the appreciated interview of hockey players Dynamite City Bombas on abrupt disqualification of the ETHF playoffs over some players in involvement of riots late on 19th and hefty fine as we will be back at 1:30.
Oh my god. Fire alarm. Thankfully we are outside.
Oh my god. Fire alarm.
This time to end of afternoon recess.
Mark Zaniels. What with the sudden sharp right turn? Easy on the turn and watch your speed. Speed limit is 20 kch, 30 kph in school zones. Corey, it's an emergency. I have to detour. Reported fire alarm at Elite City District Public Elementary School. Rex, Daniel, is it dismissal already?
Yes, Mark, as fourth period is cancelled thanks due to the alarm.
There has been some slight water damage to the equipment, however it's enough to warrant classes to be cancelled for the day. This was in fact a deliberate act. Someone abused the sensors. Now he gets suspended from school for 14 days, with risk of facing expulsion.
Someone using butane lighter at the fire sprinklers, smoke detector, or heat sensor.
Yes.
So soon? Jared Zanders, where are you heading to?
Esports arena section. My buddy Scott ElitoGRBar told me to come ASAP.
For what?
Esports match. You should note I am part of esports team Elite City Sentinels, the team to compete against X Gaming at 3 o'clock, as Derek ElitoGRBar will explain more.
This is they to compete in Raid Deck, or Raid X. Also, there is another event unrelated to esports, but we will explain once we head to Elito NYE Central.
One Kanbordeean an hour. No wonder VWGT episode gets cut short on the news of the disbandment of the Dynamite City Bombas. As the Jinx 24 Xylem cast continued toward 1400 hours, then Xylem cast of RDK TV airing Elito News 24 Deck Mill, in which transition to coverage of the Kanbordeean new metric quad season, in which that is expected since 1424. Now, Rex, Daniel, the event here is the countdown to the new Kanbordeean new metric quad season, in which to occur at 1500 hours or 3 o'clock p.m. here, whereas to be midnight in Silver City, Kanbordeean to be day count of day 360,800.
3 o'clock in the afternoon? Is there to be fireworks over there?
Yes.
How about here in Elite City?
No, but there to be fireworks elsewhere, only in Altronic City and OmniStar. However, this comes with a twist, as Derek to explain.
It to occur at top of Metri hour 8, at stroke of Choi 8.
It to occur at top of Metri hour 8, at stroke of Choi 8, 3:12 in the afternoon, with the laser and light show to be commencing at 3 bells.
No choice. 10 minutes. Kanbordeean minutes. No choice.
No wonder at time of Trump guilty verdict yesterday in alt-verse. Some idiots on Steamroller ran over van of basketball team after using bomb to cause damage to van and harm the basketball players DantCity Trumps, in which results in van destroyed and the personnel's inside van killed. And the tour bus blown up after stolen during yesterday's police chase. This as they yell, Trump guilty. They to take on Elite City Farah yesterday, in which gets cancelled in semis. No wonder the Farah advanced to the finals already. Anyhow, other than that, I am hyped on Pride Fest.
No choice. 5 key troken /Dino choice. Cap choice.
I do note the Kanbordeean Spinelian countdown to Happy New Mesa and Dozy Semana and Trimester 2T and 3rd Dozy Semana of the Kanbordeean Dozy year of 129 or 177 with the celebrations in parts of Kanbordeean including at RDK Con. However, they should be preparing afterward this as I do heard. Tropical Cyclone Halanda departs Webchester over Sikapo 2, then moving to either Kanbordeean Federation Republic or the island to the north after affecting Zwaptopia Potental to impact New Opiline. Corgidopian impact not expected. This is Thunderscope storm chasing to be on top of it.
7 6 96 6 5 6 8 4 8 73 6 2 6 8 1 6 8 3 8 12 5 1 2 5 9 7 5 8 7 8 7 5 6 6 7 5 7 4 5 3 7 2 2 1 minute 7 6 6 36 38 37 36 6 35 36 33 1 64 33 32 41 38 37 37